imagine what life was like back then. Just wait until you see where they can take us. Back to a world ruled by giant reptiles. A strange place where mountainous herbivores fought for survival against terrifying predators. Come with me on an extraordinary adventure. You won't even have to leave your seats. Let's use these clues to travel back to a time when the world was young and the dinosaurs were huge. Come with me on a journey. Come walking with dinosaurs. So, where are we? How far back have we travelled? Well, think back to when your parents were kids, and then back to when your grandparents were kids, and then back to when your great-grandparents were kids. Now, multiply all of that by 3 million, and you should be getting close. There are no roads, no houses, no grass even, and as for trees, it's a landscape dominated by conifers. All ferns, no flowers, no Alps, no Atlantic Ocean, no ice caps, no Europe, no Asia, just one single continent known as Pangaea. And of course, there are no humans like you and me. Our newest relative looks like a cross between a mongoose and a lizard. You'd think that'd make us less afraid of snakes, wouldn't it? So, here we are in a period known as the Triassic, about 220 million years BC. It's a time of vast deserts and withering droughts, but somehow life holds on. Animals have developed ingenious ways of surviving since they first crawled out of the ocean, including one particular miracle of engineering known as the egg. These little eggs are like drought survival factors, and they're everywhere in the Triassic. Every creature that walks the harsh Pangaean plain hatches from an egg. It's a kingdom of hatchlings walking on eggshells. But then, something new occurs. A different type of creature evolves from this harsh landscape.
Very smooth.
The dinosaur. You thought they were bigger, didn't you? Don't worry, they grow a lot. This amazing group of reptiles will come to rule the world. But first, these little fellas here have to survive. And in this vicious environment, that will require sharp instinct and something even more important, luck. Because with all sorts of babies around, for the carnivore, it's always feeding time. That's Lineostomus, one of the first of the dinosaur predators.
There's a man behind it, right? There's a man inside.
The story of the dinosaur is not always a pretty story. Lillian Sturz walks on two legs like we do. He's fast and agile, and perfectly adapted to his environment. Agility gives him the edge over other reptiles.
But dinosaurs won't stop there. Creatures like this will come to dominate the landscape. Eventually, all droughts come to an end. The wet season returns, rain finally falls, and new life grows. New vegetation, suddenly there's more to eat, and the dinosaurs eat and eat, and their lightweight skeletons allow them to expand, to evolve into titans. Oh, wow! I've always wanted to see one of these up close. That's Paleosaurus, one of the first of the giants.
This is too big. They have to use that. You can see the leg.
Oh yes.
Tired. Holding the camera.
The wet seasons are still irregular and brief. For 75% of the year, life is threatened in this dry, parched environment. So, to conserve it, Paleosaurus doesn't sweat or pee. It's no wonder she looks a little bloated. She's a vegetarian, and she weighs 4 tons. That's about 4 times the weight of a saltwater crocodile, the largest reptile alive in the 21st century. Wow! Looks like Lillian Sturz is back in seconds. Not this time. She's defended her young, and now can return to her search for food. In the dry season, with vegetation scarce, Paleosaurus becomes a survival machine. That long neck of hers allows it to graze upon the ground for food, and from the trees up above.